to the new edition of our show titled Speak of Africa. We have a lot of news for you to enjoy today, but we're going to start by looking at the elections in Nigeria. The elections are now over, so whether you won or you lost, if your candidate won, good for you. If your candidate lost, well, that's what democracy is about. Winner takes it all. So Buhari has won again, so you just have to accept that fact and move on and wait for the next 4 years. Hopefully, your candidate will win again. We saw some of the actions that were taking place. Dele Momodu and his people protesting. Then suddenly we went to his website. We saw that he's already switching camp, going back to the Buhari camp. This guy is just a flip-flopper. You should know that. But we move now to Cameroon. More and more people are suffering because of the violence there. So then we move again to South Africa. We saw the story of the pastor, Alpha Kumo Luko, who is really erecting somebody from the dead. So this is just like a joke. We saw this before in Nigeria, where pastors were putting guys in a coffin, then waking them up. If these people have so much power, I'm sure they could have really helped Africa to rise and get into the nuclear age, which is what is the subject of our video today. President Trump and Kim Jong-un are in Hanoi, Vietnam, to discuss denuclearization. This should have been really the subject Africans should be focusing attention on. What we don't really understand is Africa was at the table when the whole process of nuclearization started. Before America acquired a bomb, before Hitler struggled to build nuclear weapons, Africa was at the epicenter of all of this business. Why do I say this? Because today there's a lot of fanfare going on in Hanoi, Vietnam. Nobody even thinks about Africa. Nobody even knows that Africa was really the key, the pillar. Without Africa, there would have been no atomic bomb. Probably the nuclear race would not have even started. And do I have proof? Of course, I have a lot of proof. The nuclear race started in Shinkolobwe, Katanga, in Zaire. America desperately needed plutonium and uranium to build its first nuclear bomb. At the time, the Second World War was getting to a close, and America was looking for a decisive moment to really win the war for the Allies. So they needed a bomb which can really change the whole equation. The Japanese were very aggressive. So by working with the Belgians, the Americans were able to buy a lot of uranium from Zaire under President Mobutu Sese Seko. So when this happened, a lot of mineral, over 2/3 of the uranium that was used to build the first nuclear bomb came from Shinkolobwe in Zaire. But today, nobody talks about this place. When I look at what is happening today in Vietnam, there is so much fanfare. I look at Hiroshima. Hiroshima has been rebuilt. I look at Nagasaki. Nagasaki has been rebuilt. But when I go back and I look at Shinkolobwe, the mine and the town that is around that mine, every place is just like a forgotten, a ghost town. It just looks like a wasteland. So it's really a sad story. The nuclear story is a sad one for Africa. Africa contributes to the development of the world, but the world doesn't contribute to the development of Africa. So it is time for the sons and daughters of Africa to rise up and start opening their eyes and look at the hierarchy of race. It looks like Africans and black folks are at the bottom. We are really the wretched of the earth. Nobody cares about us. People look at us just like shithole people who are useless. Okay? But they come and take our resources, our raw materials to build these weapons. So we need to start learning how to negotiate better. Because I think that's a lesson we have to start learning with what is happening today. When I look at Donald Trump, the president of the United States, going to Hanoi, Vietnam, to meet the guy who used to call the little rocket man, it's because the guy is negotiating from strength. What Africans need to learn is how to negotiate from strength. Instead of negotiating from weakness, we need to start learning how to leverage our affluence, how to leverage our raw materials. Instead of just giving them away, what dictators are doing now, we need to hold most of these dictators in check so that they don't give away our resources for free. Mobutu did that to the Americans, and the Americans used this to fight the Japanese. In fact, when they threw those two bombs on Nagasaki and Hiroshima, that really resulted in the ending of the World War, the Second World War. And this decisive war was ended as a result of the role of Africa played. Most people do not even know that Africa was at the center of this story. Even today, the mine has been closed, but a lot of foreigners are still stealing uranium and plutonium from this mine, from what I've gathered. I've gathered intelligence, which is telling me that even though this place has been closed, the Atomic Agency is trying to prevent people from stealing uranium from this mine, but people are still doing it. There's a lot of police stationed around the gate of this mine, but people still find a way to go in and steal uranium, which they use now in the black market.
$250 to $6,000. Quick tax refund advance made easy. It's tax season 2019. The Christmas and New Year holidays are over. Everybody's talking about the PJ Tax Service, the new kid in town on H&R Block's block. Why? Money, money, money. Spread the good news. Quick tax refund advance is here. It's big, bigger than ever. Put big money in your pocket fast. PJ Tax Service. Nobody gets your tax money back faster, instantly, quickly, and immediately. 3 tax refund disbursement choices for you in less than 24 hours. Visa eCard, paper check, and direct deposit. Get your money back without delays. PJ Tax Service has your back. It is your money, so get it now. PJ Tax Service. You like the way we do your taxes. PJ Tax Service. You feel like a lottery or a sweepstake winner. Act now. Call 301-593-4879 or 301-593-4897. Or come to our office, 11207A, Lockwood Drive, Silver Spring, Maryland, 20901. Or you can visit us online, www.pjtaxservice.com.
You ask yourself, why is it that Africa has been forgotten in the nuclear race? It's because the nuclear club is a white club. You look at most of the countries that are there, the United States, they acquired the weapon first by getting 2/3 of the uranium from Zaire. They got the rest from Canada and Colorado, the state of Colorado. Then they were able to make this bomb under the Manhattan Project. It was a very secret project. Even the guy who was president of the United States at the time, Harry Truman, did not know about the existence of this bomb until he became president. So when they told him about the fat man, the fat boy, he decided to use it to end this war. And today, we still remember Harry Truman as the guy who really threw the bomb on Nagasaki and Hiroshima. So now America doesn't want the rocket man to use nuclear weapons, right? But they used it before. So what is happening now? America, with all its prestige, is leaving the United States to go to Hanoi, Vietnam, to meet this young boy. Why? Because the young boy has the power. The young boy has the leverage. So now America is playing to his own terms, which is what I always tell my Africans. We need to learn how to leverage. Look at how a little boy is playing with a superpower, and the superpower is bending, kneeling to meet this person, calling him all the nicest names in the world. Why is this happening? Because the guy has the leverage. So if we can start learning how to have leverage, it will help us a whole lot. And when you look at it, has Africa ever gotten involved in the nuclear race? Of course, yes. It did not only start and it did not even end with Shinkolobwe. Egypt has had a nuclear program during the late 50s and early 60s. Okay? South Africa, in fact, also had a nuclear program. In fact, this program was disbanded when Nelson Mandela was about to become the new president of South Africa. So racism dictated that, no, a black nation should not really have nuclear weapons. If they have nuclear weapons, we cannot control them. So we have to make sure that nuclear weapons only stay within the hands of white people. So that has been the secret, and I'm revealing it to you now. So the world does not want black people or Africans to have their hands on nuclear weapons. But the truth about it is, nuclear technology is spreading. In fact, I made an experiment. If you go to YouTube, Google, you'll see that there's so much material on nuclear weapons. So if you're really interested in building weapons of this nature, you can really do it. It requires some knowledge of physics, but if you can read, there's so much material on how to make a bomb. I look at stuff even dealing with Dalton's atomic theory, and I saw what EMC of Albert Einstein. So then you see that there are two processes of making these weapons. You have what I call the gun approach and the fission approach. With the gun approach, you build enough energy so that you blast the bomb just like a gun. Then with fission, you have a lot of particles of atom, then all of them just explode at once. So these are the two methods which I saw on the internet, which can really be used to build nuclear weapons. What some people are doing is they are really using this knowledge to build dirty bombs. Because when they start doing this, it's just like a beginning. We have the raw materials, so why should we not be able to build such weapons? Of course, you have nuclear weapons, you have biological weapons, and you have chemical weapons. Libya, under Gaddafi, made an experiment to try to build some of these weapons, but Gaddafi went through a whole lot of hard times because the Western world did not want him to really have this weapon. So this really resulted in his death. But as we say, Gaddafi made a fateful error. By relinquishing his program, he made it easy for the Western world to target him. Look at the rocket man, Kim Jong-un. He has refused to give up his weapons because he knows that if he gives up these weapons, they're going to kill him. So he's using these weapons as a leverage. We wish Gaddafi had learned the lesson of Kim Jong-un. He would have kept his weapons and he would have used them now as a leverage. Look at the superpower now going to little Vietnam to meet with a small boy. Because they realize that this is the only way they can prevent this boy. The boy has already shown that he has weapons that can even reach the United States. And this is striking fear and terror in the hearts of the American leadership. When we see President Donald Trump leaving the United States and going to Hanoi, Vietnam, it's not for fun. He may say he's in love with Kim Jong-un. Countries don't fall in love. Countries focus on interests. He himself says, America first. So the same way that he says America first, he is looking for the interest of this country. He wants to do what is good for America. This is a problem that has eluded many American presidents. They've been struggling to bring North Korea down, to stop this program, but North Korea has continued building weapons. There is a very stringent regime of sanctions against North Korea. But under different leadership, starting with Kim Il-sung, Kim Jong-il, now his son Kim Jong-un, all the three guys have continued to play games. It's just like a soccer match. The North Koreans know how to dribble the Americans. Before, the Americans were saying, oh no, we need inspections. Even with inspections, the North Koreans have continued to cheat. And today, most skeptics are saying that Kim Jong-un is just playing President Trump for a fool because he knows what he wants. He wants to get some kind of relief from sanctions. Then he will continue building his weapons. These guys already have the knowledge, okay? So even if you tell them to stop today, they will keep building the weapons in secret. And that's the sad thing about nuclear technology. Once you have the knowledge, it's in your head. The scientists have this knowledge already. Is America going to kill all the North Korean scientists to take this knowledge from them? It's not going to happen. So when we look at this, we really feel sorry for the United States. They were the first to acquire weapons. Hitler and the United States were racing to acquire nuclear weapons. America beat Hitler to the punch. And Hitler died, and now America was able to build these weapons. So far, a lot of countries have joined the nuclear club. You have the United States of America, Russia. Also, after the Second World War, some Jewish mafia guys were able to sell this technology to Russia.
Hey, yo, Shay, I thought you was gonna take me to this place so I could get my taxes done. You know I'm trying to buy a new house. What's up?
Let's get it on. If you searching for a house, call up my man Prince Ojong, the best in real estate. Take it from your guy's shape. When I say his services are the best in the states, word is born. He even take care of your tax forms, fat refunds. So come, get your business done. Consultations, financial organization, fast processing. No waiting, this man is amazing. The Prince.
now and call Prince Ojong at 240-350-1131. That's 240-350-1131.
Then later on, Pakistan, an Arab nation, also acquired these weapons, okay? Then, of course, you have Israel. Israel has not only said they have nuclear weapons, but all the smart people in the world know that Israel has nuclear weapons. They have expressed this desire, and the Jews in the diaspora have helped Israel in a very short time to acquire these weapons. We are saying, how can Africa acquire nuclear technology? It's easy. We just need to focus and do the right thing. We have a lot of African Americans who are really our brothers. We have a historical link. We need to woo African Americans with knowledge, to bring this knowledge, to transfer this knowledge to Africa. But today, most Africans don't even appreciate African Americans, which is a shame. We need to appreciate African Americans. Most of them have this knowledge, okay? Those who are in academia can really help Africans to start building on nuclear technology, okay? You have a lot of African Americans who are professors of physics, scientists in different research places, and you even have Africans also who are in the United States doing work for most of these corporations. Why can we not woo these people to come back home and give us this knowledge and try to develop? Nuclear technology is not only for war. There is also a peaceful use of nuclear technology, which is energy. Africa, even the big Nigeria, still has issues with energy. You always have power outage. So if we have this nuclear technology, we can really use it for peaceful purposes by having energy cheaply so that our people can enjoy, okay? Then you don't only have Pakistan, you also have France. France has always had a lot of Jews, and these Jews helped France to build these weapons, and the Jews in France were the ones who gave the weapon to South Africa, okay? So this is how you see the whole game is played. So it looks like the whole nuclear club is a club owned by Jews. They move around, they give the technology to their own people. So it's just like a secret society. So Africans need to break into this secret society and get this knowledge and start helping themselves. Even if they don't want to use the knowledge for war purpose, they can use the knowledge for peaceful purpose because it can really help with the provision of energy. So we're really telling our people now it's time to start focusing attention on nuclear technology. So this summit in Vietnam should give an opportunity to Africans to think again. So instead of worrying about little stuff, talking about a pastor who has helped somebody to resurrect with a coffin, we need to focus on the big ideas. Let's not worry about people. Small people think about people. Big people think about ideas. So let us be big people and think about big ideas. The summit is taking place. I'm not seeing Africans worrying about this summit, but the summit has a lot of implications. So what the summit does is it's telling us that if we can be powerful, if we can leverage our raw materials, then we will be able to attract superpowers to come to us and give us what we need.
Life insurance money secrets of millionaires and billionaires exposed. Discover how America's rich and famous exploit these arcane tools to build fabulous wealth. Why should these big white guys have all the fun? Let Prince Ojong, the celebrity author of The Miraculous Millionaire, show you the little understood life insurance way to riches. Are you still doubting the good things that life insurance can do for you? Trust strategies, estate planning, 401k rollover, annuity contract, cash value, education funding, executive benefits, income protection, life protection, living benefits, mortgage protection, tax-free retirement? Think and grow rich with life insurance. Your amazing journey to wealth begins by calling Prince Ojong at 240-350-1131.
Why is Trump going to Vietnam? Vietnam is a very symbolic place. When you look at Vietnam, Vietnam used to be America's enemy. During the Vietnam War, American soldiers, together with the North Koreans, fought against the Americans. America went to Vietnam to try to help the French The French are a very backward superpower. They always like to fight. They always go to places. They want to take the resources. They are very, very parasitical. When they went to Vietnam, the Vietnam wanted to kick them out. So eventually, when they decided to rebel against the French, the Americans went in to try to help the French. And the war just got dirty. A lot of Americans lost their lives. So even though America had a lot of technology, but they lost a lot of soldiers. In fact, Vietnam became a name that rings a bell in American psyche. Whenever you mention the word Vietnam, most Americans could not really believe that this country can even be their friend. But as I say, you don't make peace with your friends. You make peace with your enemies. So America has really made a U-turn. America has embraced Vietnam. So America is trying to sell the Vietnam dream to the North Koreans. America is telling, under President Trump, America is telling North Korea that, listen, if you give up your weapons, we're going to transform your country. Instead of just being an enemy of the United States during the war period, America is going to become your friend. And America is going to contribute to your economic development. So America is showcasing Vietnam as an example of the future of North Korea. This is what North Korea can become. North Korea may not become like South Korea, but it will get close. It will be a vision of the modern Vietnam. And if you look at it, during all this trade war between America and China, Vietnam has been benefiting. A lot of development is going on in Vietnam. So America has shifted attention to Vietnam. So Vietnam is getting a lot of the market share. And so Vietnam is doing very, very well economically. Then even on the social front, there is female emancipation going on in Vietnam. It's true, the country is still a military dictatorship. But when we look at what is happening, the women really have a lot more freedom. They can do businesses. So this is what President Trump wants to showcase to his new friend, Kim Jong-un. So as we say, Trump keeps writing love letters to this young boy. Why? Why is an old guy like Trump going down on his knees and begging this young boy? It's because the boy is leveraging his affluence. He's leveraging his assets. And this is the lesson Africans need to learn. We need to start knowing that if we have what it takes, we have to know how to negotiate so that people can come to us. If a big superpower is kneeling to beg Kim Jong-un, this is what Africans also need. We need America to come to us and beg us. When you look at Shinkolobwe and the village around it, I have pictures for you to see. It's a sad tale. So why is it that the story of Africa is always sad? Sometimes when I don't smile, people say, you don't smile. I don't smile because I'm telling a sad story. And I hope with you, you're going to help me now to start telling a better story, which is a story that will make me smile. So that's it for our show of today. We've given you a lot of perspectives on the nuclear summit, the summit that is taking place in Hanoi, Vietnam. So we want you to engage, watch the summit, and think, because the goal of this show of today is to make you think. And don't just worry about stuff that is not important. Magic and the Holy Ghost is not going to develop Africa. Okay? If magic could develop a country, probably the ancient India would have developed. Because when we were young kids, we used to watch a lot of Indian movies. And we could see that India had a lot of magic. They could make things happen. But poverty stayed in India. India could not develop with magic. So from the Indian example, we know that you cannot develop a country with magic. So if African countries want to develop, they need to use their own resources to develop. And we'll ask you to watch our show again, share our show with your friends. We thank you very much for watching this show, and we want you to subscribe, and subscribe. Our numbers are going up, and we thank you for subscribing, but tell your friends also to continue subscribing. We're going to keep bringing you more news. Share what you like. If you have any item of value you want to share with us, do so. We want to hear from you, and we thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Selling a service or a product? Need buyers? Use the African Nation TV as a channel to reach many viewers. Act now and call Prince Ojong at 240-350-1131. That's 240-350-1131. Act today.